Hello and welcome back to activity number 4. Now I did promise you in this activity we would be making some medieval food, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to make some medieval gingerbread, and the best thing about this is we don't need to put it in the oven. We're just going to make it and then we're going to eat it. So medieval gingerbread is different to the gingerbread that we have today. It's different, first of all, because we don't need to bake it, and second of all, because it's not made from the same ingredients, as you'll see in a moment. Now, in medieval times, that's when people were living, a lot of people were living in castles. They used to create gingerbread as a bit of a treat. It was like a sweet that they used to have, and they used to make it into all kinds of different shapes. They used to make it into like ball shapes and flat shapes, all kinds of different shapes, a bit like you would with your Play-Doh cutters, how you'd use your Play-Doh. And so they do that, and they'd also experiment with different colours. Now, I've never seen any gingerbread that's not a golden brown colour before. You might like to experiment with colours today to make your gingerbread a different colour. So for this activity, you're going to need just a few ingredients, and I have put the ingredients list and the instructions on the EYFS homepage for you. So the first thing that you're going to need is a mug of warm honey water. So so I've got a mug here, and in here I have got some water that it was boiling water when I put it in the mug, so please make sure a grown-up does that part. I put some boiling water into the mug, and then I put just a tablespoon of honey in there, and I've just let it cool down a little bit, but I can see that the water has changed colour. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's gone like a yellowy colour. That's what you're aiming for. You're also going to need some honey. You'll need more honey on its own. That's to make it nice and sticky, to help it stick together. You're also going to need a pinch of ginger, ground ginger, and you're also going to need a pinch of cinnamon, which I've got just there. And the final ingredient you're going to need is some breadcrumbs. Okay, you need about a mugful of breadcrumbs. Now, I've made these breadcrumbs myself. I had some quite stale bread. It was the last part of the loaf in our kitchen. I left it out in the air today just to go quite hard and stale, almost crispy. And then I've just whizzed it up in a blender to make some breadcrumbs. Now, if you haven't got a blender, you could just gently crumble it up to make the breadcrumbs yourself. So let's see what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the honey water into this mixing bowl. Okay, so I'm going to gently pour that in. Remember to make sure that it's cool before you pour it into the bowl. Okay, so you want it to be a little bit warm, but also quite cool. Now, at that point, you might want to add some food colouring if you wanted to do a different colour gingerbread. I'm going to leave mine just as it is. Okay, right then, you need to add in your honey. Okay, and you need three tablespoons of honey. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, oh, it's so runny and sticky, and finally 3. There we go, there it is. I'm just going to mix that in, and because the water is quite warm still, it means that it will all start to dissolve in the water. Okay, just going to mix that in. Right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our ginger and our cinnamon. Okay, now I only need a pinch of these. Okay, just a pinch. So I've got my little shaker bit this side. There we go. A little pinch of ginger and a little pinch of cinnamon. You don't want too much ginger or cinnamon because it might not taste very nice. So there we go. There's a little pinch of both. So I'm going to mix those together. Have a smell. Oh, it smells delicious. I might just add a tiny bit more ginger to mine because I do like it quite gingery. There we go. And you'll probably notice that the spices are kind of floating in the water a little bit. You want to try and mix those in. Okay, right now we're going to stir in the breadcrumbs. Just add a little bit at a time and stir it in. And these breadcrumbs should absorb the liquid, okay? Absorb means they like suck it all up. Okay, so add a little bit more. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to stir in the breadcrumbs and keep mixing it until you have a sticky dough. Hi, so I have been mixing my breadcrumbs into my honey mixture and I've got just the right consistency now. It's been amazing to watch all of the water just get absorbed into them, just sucking them all up. Okay, so now I have got a mixture which is, I can easily make it into a ball now. Okay, I did have to add just a few more breadcrumbs to make it the right shape. Now this is where now you're going to choose whatever shape you're going to make. So it might be that you make them into circles, or you might want to make them into rectangles or triangles. You can have a go looking at the different 2D shapes. And once you've done that, just pop them onto a baking tray, just like this, and leave them for about 10 minutes just to cool down. You might even want to put them into the fridge, and that will help to set them a little bit. Okay, and when you've done that, that's your finished gingerbread. So you can tuck into them and enjoy them. See which you prefer. Do you prefer medieval gingerbread or modern day gingerbread? We'd love to know what you think. Right, have fun with that. And it's been really fantastic to celebrate Castles Day with you today. I really hope to join you again soon for more fun at EYFS Home. Take care, bye.